Welcome to the last 24-hour readathon of 2024. Today, I'm gonna try and read as many 2024 new releases as I can in the next 24 hours in honor of 2024 coming to an end. That was a lot of 24s. I feel like I just said the word 24 more times in the last 10 seconds than I have in my entire life. Let's get into it. It just turned 3:01. I thought it'd be really fun to revisit 2024 new releases because this is the last time we can call them new releases. Probably in December, I'm gonna be talking about the 2025 new releases I'm gonna be excited to read, which feels crazy that 2024 is coming to an end soon. So we have quite a stack of books. For mystery, I pulled The Boyfriend by Freida McFadden. It's also still technically fall, so this feels like a good fall read. And then I pulled some fantasy, Heartless Hunter. I think I'm really gonna love. This is one that is a 5-star prediction for me. And then we have Veiled Kingdom. This one I also think could be 5 stars. I'm more hesitant going into this one because it's the first one in a series and I'm like, do I want to start an entirely new fantasy series right now? Heartless Hunter is also the first one in a series, but it's a duology. And the second one is coming out very soon. Then for romance books, we have Just for the Summer. I just read Yours Truly, so I can now move on to the last book in the Part of Your World trilogy. And then Promise Me Not is a sequel to Say You Swear. Say You Swear I loved. It definitely was an emotional roller coaster. And then the other romance is Nothing Like the Movies, the sequel to Better Than the Movies. And then, oh, another fantasy I'm actually in the middle of right now is Phantasma, so I'm definitely gonna finish this book first. This one is a romantasy that's very similar to the Caraval series, except that one is young adult. This one is adult, spicy, and much more darker and gothic. Let's start our 24-hour timer and finish reading this book. I'm currently on page 198, so I'm a little under halfway through. Last night, I stayed up so late reading Phantasma, I just couldn't put it down. So I feel like that is a testament to how much I'm loving this book, that I literally couldn't put it down the night before I needed to save up my reading energy. This morning, I opened an energy drink, and I'm not really a big caffeine person. So when I get my hands on some caffeine, I feel a little wahoo, because I just never drink it. Like I said, I'm really enjoying Phantasma. We have Ophelia, and she's a necromancer. And then we also have Blackwell, and he's a phantom. And then the fact that they're in this magical competition is so cool. Each round of the competition is a different layer of hell, and I read Dante's Inferno in college, so it's kind of cool to recall reading that as part of an English class. You can also die so easily in this competition, so there's just a lot going on in this book, which I really like. Okay, it's time to start our timer. I am so excited. But on the other hand, once I press start, there's no going back. Okay, 3, 2, 1. It's begun. I just got to page 309, so I've read about 100 pages so far, and we're about to enter night 6 of Phantasma. And I'm really liking the romance in this book. I don't know if this is weird to say, but the spice is spicing. I literally put an update on my Goodreads, and I was like, the spice is spicing, and also immaculate gothic vibes. He is a phantom, and he's been stuck inside Phantasma for as long as he can remember. We kind of have to unravel and figure out who he was before he became a phantom. But it is stopping me just a tiny bit. I'm still loving it, but just a tiny bit from really getting fully invested in his character, because I just don't know that much about his character outside of whatever's happening in present day. Their chemistry though is so good. The banter is great. The way he's would do anything to protect her, but also that she doesn't need protecting. Sometimes she definitely needs his help, but she also can hold her own, which I really like. Oh, and also look at my phone case. It's so cute. I just got it. It's from Berga, and Berga has kindly sponsored today's video. I've been using Berga cases for quite a while. I actually collaborated with them on a previous 24-hour readathon. Berga is a company that makes really cute cases, from phone cases, AirPod cases, laptop cases, and more. And they launched designs based on fashion trends. Quite a few celebrities have been seen using their cases. So I think that's so cool that you could match cases with some of your favorite celebrities like Taylor Swift or Lucy Hale. And I really like that their cases are both really cute, but also very durable and protective. This case is their Elite case, which has raised bezels around the screen and camera to protect the glass from a flat fall. And it also has cloud gate technology technology, which absorbs 90% of the impact force. And I ended up getting all different designs, but you can also get matching designs for all of your devices, which I think is so cute and satisfying. And Berka is having a Black Friday sale from November 19th through December 3rd, which I think is so perfect for gifting family and friends. Obviously, we all have devices and we all want our devices to look cute. I already got a laptop case I don't want Danny to hear for Danny, my boyfriend, for the holidays. And then I'm also planning to order my parents AirPods cases during the Black Friday sale. And during their Black Friday sale, you can get 25% off every single thing site-wide, and then you can also use my code AliXBF for an extra 5% off on top of everything, so it's 30% off total. And they have a buy two, get two phone case deal, so you can get 4 gifts and only pay for 2. So thank you to Berga for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to reading. Oh my gosh, I keep blinking. I feel like my eyes are getting dry from just like staring at a page. And it hasn't even been that long. It's almost 3 p.m. Still enjoying the book. I am feeling very tired of sitting. You know that feeling where you lay in bed just like way too long in the morning and you feel kind of achy? That's what I'm feeling from just like sitting in one room for so many hours in a row. So I think I'm gonna try and go sit outside and read. The only problem is it's very warm outside. So I don't know if it's gonna be too hot. It feels crazy saying that in November. Like it should be cold out, but I live in Texas and it has not been cold here yet, really much at all. So we'll see how long I last in the heat. And of course I have to be reading at all seconds of this reading challenge. So I did get the audiobook, so when I walk to go find a spot to sit outside, I am gonna listen to the audiobook of Phantasma. Also, I'm gonna change because I'm still in my pajamas. I'm surprised it's actually very nice outside. This is great. I needed this. I feel like I'm coming back alive. I have about 40 pages left and it's crazy. I feel like there's still so much that needs to happen. Ophelia is looking for something and she has to find it in a certain amount of time. And like, again, we don't have much time left in the book. So I feel like the stakes are so high because how is she gonna find it in 40 pages? Like how is everything gonna get wrapped up in that time? Like I'm scared. I just finished the book and it was so good. Like obviously you guys saw I was enjoying it the whole time I was reading it, but I was like, okay, really enjoying it, like 4.5 stars. And then the ending brought it up to a 5-star and I did not expect that. And I'm so happy that I have a 5-star read. This is great. I'm feeling like re-energized for the readathon. What I really like about this book is that you could read it as a standalone and you don't have to read the second one if you don't want to, but I definitely want to. I really liked the characters and like I said, this one follows Ophelia. And then I just looked it up and book 2 follows her sister Genevieve. And yeah, so book 2 comes out in April. And I think also Fearless by Lauren Rovich, the last book in the Powerless trilogy, also comes out in April. So in April 2025, the book gods will be blessing us with 2 great new releases. Okay, now is the hard task of picking book 2. This is always the point in the readathon that is like really make it or break it in my opinion. It's just about to be 5 o'clock, it's 4:53. And so whichever book I read next, I'm going to be reading when we get to the hard hours of like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I can stay up later if I'm so engrossed I can't put a book down. Okay, so here's all of our book options. And out of all of these, Heartless Hunter is the one that I feel the most confident could be another 5-star read. The other one we could do is Just for the Summer, which I've also heard amazing things about. This is so hard to choose. I think I'm gonna go with Heartless Hunter. I just feel like it's gonna be so good. And I feel like I'm still riding the 5-star high of finishing Phantasma and I want that feeling again. It's also starting to get dark out, so this is my last opportunity to get outside again before I'll be stuck inside for the whole night. I think I'm gonna try and go for a walk and listen to the audiobook. I don't know if any of you guys watch Ashlyn on YouTube. If you guys don't, you totally should. She'll go on a walk and listen to an audiobook and she calls it a hot plot walk, which I think is so cute. So about to go on my hot plot walk. I just got back from my walk and I listened through chapter 7, which is exactly page 50 in the book. And I think I made a great choice in choosing this book. The setup already is so interesting. Like I'm already really hooked, which I didn't expect this early in, especially in a fantasy where there can be a lot of like world building. We definitely got some world building in chapters 1 and 2, but we really jump right into the plot, which I really like. All that I knew before going into the book is that it's a romantasy between a witch and a witch hunter, which is already so interesting. But then there's like even more that I'm so intrigued by actually starting the book. We have Rune, who's our witch, but she's like a double agent witch. Witches are like outcasts, they're hunted, and Rune is like pretending to be on the side of the witch hunters. Meanwhile, at night, she's like a vigilante and she's like going around and like trying to save the witches and like get them out the city. And then we have Gideon, who's a witch hunter. So they're definitely enemies, but he has like a lot of information on like where captured witches are. So Rune is trying to get close to him to like get information from him. I love that she's a double agent. I love that she's so like clever. I think that's so fun in a main character. And then all of this is set in like very high society. She's like a wealthy heiress. So they're like at the opera. They're about to go to like an after party. So it's just like a really fun setting and such a intriguing plot setup already. We are 9 hours and 18 minutes in, and I just finished chapter 11. This chapter, oh my gosh, no, like is every book in this video gonna be 5 stars because I ate chapter 11 up. Like, why are we still at the beginning of the book? And their chemistry, so good. Also, we are currently reading this book in my book club. If you're not a part of my book club on Facebook, you should be. It's completely free to join. It's like really fun just to like see what everyone else thinks. Like I'm reading this book along with so many other people right now. That's what it feels like, even though I'm not like live reading it with them. Anyway, I'm glad that I'm enjoying this book because I think it's gonna keep me awake. The hardest part of every readathon, reading while also trying to do daily tasks like eating. I am so in love with Gideon Sharp. I'm so in love with him. Like the way he's still literally a witch hunter. I should not like him, but I love him. Also, we are 11 hours in, so we have 1 hour left until we hit the halfway point. I'll see you guys then. We have hit the 12-hour mark. It is 12 hours and 7 minutes into this challenge and it's 10:15. So I'd love to do a halfway recap. So far in this challenge, we finished Phantasma. I think I had like just under 300 pages left when I started that book. And then also in Heartless Hunter, I have read to page 206. So like around 500 pages of reading in 12 hours. I feel like that's really good. And the tiredness, like I feel such a weird mix of tired and wired at the same time. It's such an odd feeling that I feel like it's exclusive to a 24-hour readathon. Like your brain and your eyes get so tired just from like looking and reading and comprehending stories, but you're also kind of wired, like a little bit of like adrenaline of like, oh, we're staying up late, like we got this reading challenge. I feel like I wouldn't finish this book till like 3 or 4 a.m. though. That feels crazy. That's so late. Anyway, if you can't tell, absolutely loving the book. I have no complaints. Gideon is great outside of any kind of romance. I also love the fantasy. I love how the fantasy and romance are so interwoven. This is in the synopsis, so this is not a spoiler. Gideon and Rune are both fake courting each other because they both want to get information from each other. So it's like they're both doing the same thing to each other, but they don't know that they're both doing that. And yeah, it's just great. I also love fake dating. I feel kind of silly, but I've set up camp on the floor. I feel like laying in bed makes me want to fall asleep, but the floor is like just uncomfortable enough to keep me awake. And also, we've reached midnight. It's been a minutes since I updated you guys. I'm on page 352 and it's also 1:50 a.m. and we're 15 hours and 41 minutes into the readathon. Absolutely obsessed with the book. It really reminds me of Powerless, and I think I'm gonna end up crowning Powerless by Lauren Roberts my #1 read of the year. I mean, we still have time left in the year, so we'll see. But right now, I think that's my #1 book of the year. And I feel like this book doesn't have like the exact same plot, but it has like a lot of similar elements. Very forbidden romance. It's his job to hunt her down. In Powerless, there was also 2 brothers. In this one, we also have 2 brothers. It's also just giving me the same feeling that I felt reading Powerless. And I was just so obsessed with Powerless. So I'm like, this one's not like as good as Powerless, but like the fact that it's giving me a similar feeling, I'm so happy right now. I am also so tired though. I think the only thing keeping me going is that we're nearing the end of the book and I'm so intrigued what's gonna happen right now. I will say, despite loving it, I am a little bit questioning Rune's decision-making skills right now. If you've read this book, chapter 52, Rune girl, what are you doing? But other than that, it's great. I think when I finish this book, I'm gonna be in trouble, sleepiness wise. Finished the book and now the tiredness is really hitting now that I don't have something to occupy my mind. It was so good. It was so good, especially the ending was crazy. So much happened, and the way it ended, I feared it would end on like a cliffhanger, or it wasn't really a cliffhanger exactly, but just now I want to read the second book ASAP. Like Phantasma ended very wrapped up, where I'm like, oh, I'm excited to read the second book, but I can wait till it comes out. Now I'm like, oh, I want book 2 right now. Luckily, the next and last book, since this is duology, comes out in February, so early next year. But yeah, I'm gonna say 5 stars. This feels wild to have 2 5 stars in a row. Like, am I becoming soft on my reviews? No, literally both of the books, Phantasma and this one, I would say are in, yeah, my top reads of the year. I really liked this book. I think it just had, like I was saying, every plot element that I love. It was written so addicting, and the banter and that cat and mouse aspect of them both like hunting each other but also being hunted by each other was just so cool. And with that, I think I might go to bed. It just turned 3:01 a.m. and we're 16 hours and 52 minutes in. I'm gonna pause. I'm feeling a lot better than I thought for 3 in the morning, but the idea of starting a new book now feels crazy. I think I would just fall asleep in the middle of a book 3. But like always, I'm gonna continue the remaining hours tomorrow, which means we'll have a little over 7 hours left tomorrow. Oh, and with that, I shall say good night. Good night. See you guys in the morning. Good morning. I feel like I got hit by a bus. I actually feel way worse than I thought I would after staying up till 3 a.m., which is confusing me a little bit. I've stayed up till 3 a.m. before in my life and been fine the next day. I think I just got really horrible sleep last night. My cat Luca, he loves to get up at 6:30 in the morning, no matter what time you go to bed. So he got me up at 6:30, which was only 3 hours after I went to bed. And then I tried to go back to sleep and I did get some more sleep, but he kept coming in every hour-ish to be like, let's play, let's hang out. I'm slowly coming back alive though, drinking some more energy today, which is helping. And then we need to pick a 3rd book for today. It's also so crazy for me. I think about this every time before going into a 24-hour readathon, that by the end of it, I will have read 3 new books. I mean, sometimes I read more or less, but typically I read 3-ish books in a 24-hour readathon. Yesterday morning, I had 0 of these stories in my head. And by this evening, I will have had 3 full new book stories in my mind that I didn't have yesterday morning. That's so cool. That's crazy when you think about it. Anyway, my mind is still in Heartless Hunter. I can't stop thinking about it. So I think I need something that is just gonna be kind of palate cleanser, light read, easy read. For the books that we have left on our list, I think The Boyfriend and Nothing Like the Movies fit that description of the mood I'm in the best. I think I wanna go with The Boyfriend because this one is just so different from the previous 2 books. Just fully pivoting to a mystery, I think is gonna be the mood. Basically, our main character, Sydney, starts dating this guy and he seems like the perfect boyfriend, but then there's a string of brutal murders of young women, and the primary suspect is a mystery man, an unknown man who dates his victims before he kills them. So then she starts getting suspicious of her boyfriend, like what if he is this killer and she's dating him? So that I think would be just so creepy, eerie. I can't wait for the moment where she makes this connection and is like, wait, what if it's him and what if I'm his next victim? That just sounds really cool. So let's start our timer. We have just over 7 hours left, and I think I'm gonna listen to the audiobook and get ready for the day, just really maximizing our reading efficiency. Starting 3, 2, 1, and starting the audiobook. 3, 2, 1.
The Boyfriend, written by Frida McFadden. performed by Rob Morita and Victoria Kamali.
Ooh, we just got some interesting information and now I have a suspect that I'm suspicious of. But also, if this person was the murderer, that would be the most obvious choice. So I should probably find someone less suspicious to be my guess for the murderer. This book's interesting. We have two different timelines, which I didn't expect, but I know Frida McFadden has done that in another book before. I've read The Housemaid and Never Lie by her, so this would be my third book by her. And in Never Lie, she also did dual timelines, so it was really fun in that book to see the dual timelines starting to converge and overlap. And I think I'm starting to see how our two timelines are going to come together in this book with this information that we just got. Also, time check, we are 19 hours and 51 minutes in, so just a little over 4 hours left, and hopefully that's enough time to finish the book. It might take me a little bit more than 4 hours. Something with Frida McFadden's books is I've never felt like that 5-star feeling of like, oh my gosh, so good. And this is something I feel commonly with mysteries. I've talked about this a little bit before in another video, but in mysteries, most of the time I don't get really attached or like passionate about any characters. It's more just like fun to see what the answer of the mystery is going to be and to like unravel it. But I feel like for anything to be 5 stars, I have to feel just really obsessed and love one of the characters. And I think the only time I felt that way with mysteries were young adult mysteries, like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, the Natural series. I'm strongly feeling that way, obsessed with that series. So if anyone knows any adult mysteries that have really good characters where you're really like rooting for someone, invested in someone, let me know, because I don't know why I just haven't found that with an adult mystery. I just got to page 227 and we are 21 hours, 49 minutes in, so about 2 hours left. And I don't know, I'm feeling mixed on the book. In the beginning, I feel like getting to know the characters was fun, and then some things happened in the beginning, like we had like a murder and I was trying to figure out what was going on with the two different timelines. But now I feel like not that much is happening. The middle has really slowed down for me. I'm sure it's gonna have a great twist, but I kind of feel like I'm just waiting for the end, just like waiting to see what the twist is gonna be. I wish there was more clues or creepy moments sprinkled throughout. Oh, hi, Luca. No one wants to see your butt, Luca. The sun is setting though, so I think I'm gonna go for a walk because I have not left my apartment today. And then our timer, oh, Luca, should be coming to an end soon. Just found a face mask, and also we hit 24 hours in 3, 2, 1. We're done! I still have some time left in the book, so I'm gonna finish the book before doing the outro and giving my final thoughts and review. So yeah, I'm gonna switch to the physical book while my face mask finishes up, but I will say the twist got me. It surprised me, and I don't know why I'm surprised that it surprised me. I should have just trusted in Frida McFadden. She has never let me down with giving a twist thus far. I just washed off my face mask and also finished the book. I'm gonna say, I think 3.5 stars. This is definitely my least favorite mystery by her so far. It's not the most memorable, I guess, in my opinion, but it was still very fun. And I honestly think this book did fit perfectly what I was in the mood for today. Just kind of an easy read. I don't know, I kind of went back and forth on my thoughts because there were parts where I was so hooked, and then other long stretches where I kind of felt like I was saying earlier, like I was just waiting for something to happen. I also felt a little mixed about the main character. She was a little frustrating to me at times. You know, when you're watching a horror movie and you just want to grab the characters and scream at them, call the police, or run the other direction. Hey, Luca. That's how I felt sometimes. Luca has really just wanted to be the star of this video. I'm so glad that we're done with the readathon, to be honest. This was so fun, and as you guys saw, 2 amazing reads at the beginning of this video. I honestly can't believe it that I had multiple 5 stars in a row. I feel like that's so rare, and it was so great, but I am so tired, and I'm going to be going to bed ASAP. There's nothing going on in my brain right now. But I would highly recommend Phantasma and Heartless Hunter. And I would also recommend this book if, like me, you're in the mood for just kind of a lighter, fun mystery. And with that, I will leave you guys to play with Luca and then go to sleep. Good night.